morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juice little lats. Thank you, little lats. You're delicious and bright. Yes, they are, aren't they, my delicious little babies? Now then, it's around nearly 1:30 p.m. in our UK today. It is rather windy, no sunshine, very grey and cloudy, my delicious little babies. Yes, so it's not the best weather, my delicious little babies. Never mind. We shall still keep proceeding on. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, no videos today because I'm going to do a couple of reads after I finish my little video now to you all. Yes, well, yeah, and I hope that you're all super duper well, my delicious little babies, okay? But of course, you know, everything in the world is changing at, such a rapid rate. But, I've said it before and I'll repeat it again, there we are, make these changes, okay? Changes. Do you remember that song, my delicious little babies, okay? Anyway, so all I'll do is I'll just mention some things now. So, firstly, Richard Vobes, okay, on YouTube, okay, my delicious little babies. So you'd have to type in Richard, then space Vobes. I have advertised him a rather large number of times, okay, because he is very good, and he does get on some really good guests. And of course, with anybody not in that way. Well, it appears that he was interviewing a woman. Okay, she happened to come out with something. I'm not entirely sure what video it was, my delicious babies. It must have been a recent one anyway. Well, as it turns out, he has now been struck off for 3 months. Okay, my delicious babies, but he still has another channel, and that is called the space Vobes space show. Okay, my delicious little babies, the Vobes Richard Vobes show, the Richard Vobes show, sorry. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, well, so if anybody wants to find him, well, he's there. He's already put up 2 videos this morning, my delicious little babies. You've also got, is it Funky Prepper? He's also on YouTube, my delicious little babies. So I do believe that's 2 words into one. I did mention him a couple of times. Was it last year? Yes. So his numbers has gone up as well. God bless you. See what I mean? So, these are ones who are really working super duper hard, and then, of course, there's another one. Funky Preppers advertised, but he's very good as well. So if you want to go on to he's on YouTube as well, my delicious little babies. Another one would be, what's his name? Just trying to bloody remember now. Is it Reverend Simon Sideways? Okay, my delicious little babies on YouTube. So space is all in between as well. Reverend Simon Sideways, I'm pretty sure, okay? Well, and he's very good as well, okay? And of course, from what I can see, I do not see his videos that often, my delicious little babies, to be honest, but, and I have seen he has been going through some sort of himself, okay, my delicious little babies, so it appears that, shall we just say, he's been having his own struggles, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? So you've got that situation there. It's all right because I've just been, what's happened is I've just been out and I've just thrown on this jumper, okay? So if it looks a state, it looks a state. I'm really not concerned about that at the moment. I'm advertising and I'm going to have a little natter, okay? Before I, shut down my video for today, before I do my reads. But, yes, and he's been going through his, it's like a depression. And for me, my delicious little babies, I just feel that, well, depression in itself, I've suffered with it, especially in my earlier years. I've said before, I've never made a secret of it. and it's not a very nice thing, Mardalishtuk babies, is depression. No, it isn't, okay? But at some point, you know, I mean, anybody who ever says that they've never ever been depressed in their life, well, I'm pretty sure that they're not really telling the truth. My delicious little babies, do you say? Okay? So, you know, to me, you know, depression does affect millions. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But the key to it is getting through it, okay? But yes, he does some really good little videos. And of course, you know, he really wants to build his channel, okay? Because he works, God bless him, and, you know, well, he, just like millions of others, could do with the extra ka-ching, 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 do you see with me, my delicious baby? So please, if anybody has any form of an interest, okay, they talk about all different things, that all these men who I've just said on YouTube, my delicious little babies, okay. So yes, so you know, so you've got all that going on, but yeah, I mean, you know, poor Richard Verbs, bless, do you see what I mean? But of course, at the time, what he's saying is, because he never said what it was that the woman said, his guest, but he did not really see it as being, you know, like really, really serious. Do you see what I mean? The same as your woman there, never. Do you see what I mean? But it appears that old YouTube has decided that they are not happy with him. Okay, I would say, judging by this, okay, because I've had my own experience, as anybody who's ever watched any of my videos would know, my delicious babies over this past 2.5 years, that I've been struck off once. Do you see what I mean? And apparently it was for medical misinformation, when at the end of the day there was no misinformation about it, what I had to say, okay, my delicious babies. And of course then I had other videos removed, and of course I had another video which I just thought I was just talking about normal things now, you know, healthy things like food and everything and fruit. And that got put on. 1 second, 1 second. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, okay? So, yes, so 3 months. So, if you could please try to build the Richard Verbs, his numbers on his other channel, okay, my delicious babies, because, you know, he does help a lot out there, my delicious. In fact, all of them do, who I have mentioned, do you say, okay? And you're talking about, that's everyday men, okay, who just want to see positive change. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, okay? And, you know, they try to do every which way how, okay? Not in that way, not in that way. Every which way how, to give the best information, or to get the best information, do you see? So I see this as being a very, very hard, for even say it, important, my delicious babies. Now, if you want to know on the geopolitical side, you can go on to YouTube again, my delicious babies, our lovely Alex space Cristoforo. Okay, my delicious babies, Alex Cristoforo. Okay, my delicious babies. And then, of course, you know, you'll hear the latest, you know, and to do what's going on to do with wars and everything else. If anybody happens to have some form of an interest in listening, you know, to do with more of the geopolitical side of it, okay? Now, the other one who I want to mention, and I haven't mentioned him for such a long time, all of these men and gentlemen are extremely good, okay? Now, the other one who I want to mention, like I said, I haven't seen him for such a long time, but I did used to advertise him sometimes, okay? The only reason why I didn't advertise him anymore is because I personally feel, you know, like I said, not in that way, not in that way. I feel it is a really lovely man, okay, my delicious babies. But I mean, you know, not personally. I don't know anybody personally. But what I'm saying is, there's a point I'm trying to make it. Well, I'm not trying. I'm done doing it. That, you know, my only concern was that I didn't want to see him go down a road. I did mention on a couple of my videos last year and I didn't want him to go, let's just say, down a road where everything is, let's just say, where, you know, he'll be ruled by somebody else. There we are. See, my delicious little baby is okay. So because of that reason, I sort of I thought I'm not going to be really watching any more of your videos, my little lovely, because do you know what I mean? This is what happens, do you see? And then this is how we know who, okay, manages, there we are, to take hold of somebody. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? But I do like him. Do you know, like I said, not in that way. I do like him, okay? I've seen him actually this morning on another video. What's that man's name? Is it Andrew Gold? Anyway, Andrew Space Gold, I'm pretty sure. And he was interviewing Maya 2C. So it's 2 words, Maya, then space 2C. Okay, my delicious little babies. M-A-H, I think it's Y-A-R. Maya 2C. Okay, T-O-U-S-R. Okay. And he originally is Iranian, okay, my delicious little babies, and you know, then he come to the UK. Well, what he's saying is, I felt really sad actually when I heard this. So I really felt, there we are, really genuinely sad for him. You know what I mean? I did click on a like of the video. Do you know what I mean? But not meaning that a like that, you know, that somebody, you know, wants to kill him. Do you know what I mean? No. But meaning that after listening to the video is what I'm talking about, yes. But he's going through his own troubles, but you can find him, my delicious little babies, Maya 2C on YouTube, my delicious little babies, and you will hear he's got his own, what is it, his own website, is it, I can't remember, maya2c.com or something. You'd need to go onto YouTube, my delicious babies, and he covers to do with political and everything. But he is a really interesting young man. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, okay? And of course, you know, well, I will always say, of course, our lovely Alex Christoforo, you know, he's an extremely interesting and intelligent gentleman. Do you see what I mean, okay? And at the end of the day, you know, it's all about, as I always say, you know, well, not always say, from time to time I do, okay? It's a case of taking out bits and pieces from different videos, whether it be any information I happen to give out on any of my videos, my delicious babies, or anybody else who I mention. Do you see what I mean? Because to me, there is always something positive that one can take away, you know, from all of these videos. Do you see what I mean? Then it's a case of piecing things together now yourself. Yes, okay? Now then, my delicious little babies, lastly, what I want to talk about. Now, since, for those of you who know my delicious babies, because there are going to be some who do not, because they're not really following, if you know what I mean, God bless, okay? But, so I'm not talking to any dear delicious little babies who do know, you know, these are for delicious little babies who do not know. Well, Julian Assange, so I mentioned him a couple of days ago. Well, what's really interesting, my delicious little babies, is that I've been watching, there we are, a different set of videos. It's all right, when I do this, I get cold across my shoulders, okay? And it's really interesting how different uploaders give a different take on how they're viewing Julian Assange's situation since he has been released from where he was. Now, it is interesting. What did they say? He's 52. Well, that comes to 7, doesn't it, my delicious little babies? Oh, just to tell you, all yesterday, from the morning to the night, okay, literally, You're talking, there we are, every 5 minutes. Nina, Nina, Nina. It got to the point, my delicious babies, where I got absolutely, completely peed off with listening to the Ninas. And it was all day and all night. There we are, constantly. My delicious babies. I thought there's definitely something wrong. You know what I mean? There's something about that day. Not only that, but last night I had a bit of a trouble sleeping. It may not look like it, my delicious babies, but I did for some unknown reason. But then I went into like a really super duper, deep sleep, and then I woke up feeling crack of dawn. There we are, refreshed. Do you see what I mean? But but if you'd have seen me when I first woke up, I got, my hair sticking all up over the place. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But it sort of felt as if I'd blinked and woken up, if you know what I mean. And then I spoke to my lovely neighbours, not in that way, my lovely neighbours directly opposite my front door to their front door. And I said to the dear husband, bless, okay, because his dear little wife's at work, God love him, beautiful little family. And he said, good morning, Carly, because they're Polish, okay? And well, it doesn't matter what nationality, you know what I mean, but he's just because he's got an accent, because they all do, okay? God bless them, beautiful little family, like I just said. And he says, you all right, Carly? Good morning. And that's because I always say good morning, wish them all a beautiful day and give my love and blessings. And I said I did go through a stage just as where I feel like I blinked and woken up. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? And he said, I felt the same. He said, I've not had a good sleep either. So there was something to do between the 27th of June 2024, yesterday, and the early hours and, of the 28th of June 2024 today, my delicious little babies, do you say? Because, as we very well know, today is Friday, okay? And, well, he had the same feeling, so you know what I mean, there's something. But yesterday was a really strange day, and I was cleaning out my bins and everything, cleaning them inside out, not just where you could see. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay, and that's a mission in itself. Of course, I could pay for somebody to come and clean my bins, but I do not see why I should. I'm blessed to have hands and arms, you know what I mean? And I'm blessed to have legs and feet. Do you know what I mean? So I can, clean it out myself, can't I? My delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? So I always feel better when my bins are super duper sparkling. Do you see what I mean? Okay, I really cannot stand dirty bins. Do you see what I mean? I do not even have a bin in my kitchen. I've just got to say that, my delicious babies. Okay, while I'm on the subject now, I got rid of a brand new bin. It was the stainless steel one. It's one of those push, and then up goes the lid. It's a bit like pop goes the weasel. That's what's just going through your head. Do you remember that little, is it a little nursery rhyme? So, pop goes the weasel. Anyway, and so you just, one touch and then the lid comes up. But the only thing is that it starts to stink out. Any bin does. That's just my view, my delicious little babies, okay? Anybody else can have a different view. But for myself, they're just dirty things. So what I do, you can clean it and the smell, there we are, I even say the smell will still be there, yes? So what I do, I've got a little carry bags, okay? And because I only have to walk outside my front door, turn left, go to my bins and put them in the bin. Do you see? Okay, so it means that I haven't got any smells because I happen to use a lot of garlic, there we are, a lot of onion. Do you see what I mean? Very good for the blood, very good for your system, your body. Do you see what I mean? Okay? And, and it generally keeps all hair clear as well, the majority of the time. Do you see what I mean? So, yes, that's the story of me not having a bin. Sorry about it, baby. So I'll just go on to other things. Getting back to dear Julian Assange now, okay? So I'm pretty sure, by the way, sorry, just before I come back to this, dear Julian Assange. There was obviously something going on, but this could be something that's going on as well, okay, in other places. I know what I'm talking about. There we are. Do you see what I mean? Mad delicious babies, okay? Because with sirens, what does that usually mean? Some kind of an emergency. There we are. That's what that means, isn't it, mad delicious babies? Because you wouldn't just have your sirens on for no reason. Well, they used to do that until they were told, there we are, not to do that, okay? Anyway, my delicious babies, so getting back to Julian now. So yes, it's really interesting. Like, there's been a couple of videos, I'm going to say a couple, where they've said that, you know, where he was meant to be slim, according to what his wife was saying, but that he came out, and there was one who was saying that, you know, to do with his weight, he'd put a little bit of weight on. Well, I see nothing wrong with that anyway, you know what I mean? You know, not everybody wants to be exercising every 5 minutes. I cannot stand the gym. You know, I love to swim, and I love to do aqua aerobics and that, do you know what I mean? Because you can still tone up, but just not feel the pain. Do you see what I mean? The mad district babies, okay? But not everybody's into the gym, are they? You know, and plus the fact that if you're feeling down, you know, probably the last thing, for some, not for everybody, everybody's different, but, you know, you may not want to, you know, and plus the fact that Julian Assange, it appears, is very academic, isn't he? So therefore, he probably just enjoyed to read and, you know, do things like this now, do you say? So you was hearing that, then you was hearing, oh, he's got a suntan on his face, on his birth race, okay? And then of course, you know, because we are hearing a lot that it's a psyop and everything, but then there was a clip of him where he was, I mean, he was sat next to his solicitor in the plane, my delicious little babies, you know, up in the sky. And, you know, because with me, I tend to look at somebody's birth race, okay? And it's like, sometimes I can sort of look and my thoughts would be, that one's really got, there we are, the world on their noddle, their mind and shoulders. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, okay? And when I was looking, I've got to be honest, whether it's a sign, whether it isn't, okay? To me, I looked at him. I just took that look, and it saddened me, if you know what I mean, my delicious little babies. It really saddened me just looking at his face, his birth race. You know, I was not sad that he's been freed, no, because that's an excellent thing, okay? Like I just said, whether it's a psyop or whether it isn't, okay? But to me, I could see sadness. Do you see what I mean? Or it's like he, you know, like, you know, if somebody's been freed, you know, if ever you've seen anybody being freed, yes? You know, you'll have somewhere, you know, they're, I don't know, all different types of moods. You know, somebody could be angry when they are free, you know, when they get out. Others, you know, can go into themselves, sort of go like a recluse. And some are like in between. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Okay, then of course you got the other scale where they're super duper joyfully happy, and the party, you know, like it's 1999. That's just coming to me, not all my delicious babies. You know what I mean? It's just I just want to go out and party and just enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? So you got all different types, but to me, and judging by his story from when he was young, I mean, if you really look at it, he's never been free. You know, that's just my thoughts, my delicious little babies, do you say? And it just looks so serious, and so, you know, probably that he could not believe that he was sat on a plane. You know, there's that was as well. Do you see what I mean? Yes, but to me, it looked like he had like 101 things now going on in his noddle. That's there we are. That's just how I viewed him. Like he's he didn't look to me as though his noddle was empty. That's just the feeling I got. But when you actually look at this, he's not been free at all. Do you see? So I felt really sad. You know what I mean about that? Do you see that? Say if somebody's been taken, like I say, from a young age, you know, they're moved around everywhere. Well, I mean, that in itself, I mean, you hear about a lot of that as well in the army, don't you? You're in the army now, you know what I mean? I've known over the decades quite a few families, you know, where they've moved here, moved there, moved effing everywhere. Do you see what I mean, mad little babies, okay? And then, of course, you know, in the end, you know, on most situations, there we are, the parents get divorced or something, you know, simply because of the travelling side of it. Do you see what I mean? Yes. But his situation, it seems, is been a different situation from when he was young. Do you see what I mean, mad little babies? I just feel it's sad, really. So, you know, so whether, and I'll repeat once again, I do believe is that the third time I said it, whether it's a psyop or not, you know, I mean, this is still a poor man who has had a number of his years, and I'd say a lot longer than what everybody's, there we are, what everybody's saying. Do you see where the poor man's just never been free? I just feel it's so sad. You know, and I just wanted to mention that, my delicious little babies. Then I heard another video where they were saying, oh, you know, we want Julian Assange, we want him to run their country. I mean, come on. I mean, what's the matter? You know, with some of these now, then, isn't it? I mean, the poor man, let him just be with his wife, let him be with his little bairns, let him be with his family. Do you see what I mean? That's just how there we are, that's just how I see it. Instead of, you know, then him being just figure of speech, martyrs, babies, but instead of him just being flipping damn well thrown into something else now, then give the man an effing break. You know, I mean, okay, somebody could say to what I've just said, somebody can say, well, hasn't he had a long enough break? Well, no, because that's a different thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If you're looking at, there we are, 4 walls, you know, if X amount of hours of the day, every day, that's a different kind of, isn't it? Because you're not free. You're looking at, what do they call it? 6x4 or something. Okay, mad little babies, anyway, it's just the same. Anyway, but if that's what you're doing, okay, well, it's a different kind of, isn't it? So, now that he's on the outside, okay, it's a case of adjusting, you know, like waking up in the morning. I should imagine that waking up next to his wife. Do you see what I mean? Where he's been on his own, there we are, for all of that time, okay? And then, of course, you know, other little things, going to the shops, there we are, that's another thing, going to the shops, you know, just to be able, or to just go and jump into the shower, get yourself dressed, and then, you know, say if his wife says, oh, you know, come on, Julian, you know, should we go and do some shopping, some food shopping or something? Do you see? It's like, if you've ever seen, because I have seen some in my decades, okay, my delicious babies, it's like they have to get used to being, there we are, on the outside, okay? And sometimes that can take a while to do. So because of that fact, you know, I just feel just give the poor man, there we are, give the poor man a break. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just throwing him here and then throwing him there. That's all I'm saying, my delicious babies. So I'm hearing all different, you know, all different things now, okay? But the fact remains that from when he was young, there we are, he's lived a different life to, say, some others, okay? And I feel sorry for anybody who's ever been in that situation of his. Yes, I do. Because he never came into the world to be, there we are, to be put in these situations. Nobody would be brought into the world for that, my delicious little babies, do you say? And finally, I have one last thing to say. So yes, I just hope that he adjusts. And like I said the other day, just send blessings, peace, love, harmony, and blessings, to himself and his little family, do you say? Okay? But they should just give him a break and just let him get used to being back outside now. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Okay? And then, then he can choose what he wants to do, hopefully please God. Do you see what I mean? And thank you. But very lastly, so I'm out and about walking, aren't I? And I happened to see a large sign. Well, there was two actually. And I did ask if I could film. I cannot say, I've got to be careful what I say. I did ask to say, could I just film this tiny bit? Okay. Because normally I don't take out my dog and burn. It's a rarity, but I happened to be listening to another video anyway. And which to me, myself, was an important video. Who it was said, no, I'm ever so sorry, it's best that I don't. I said, okay. I never felt offended. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, it was something I just wanted to show you. Okay, but it's to do with certain sounds. Do you see what I mean, Mads? But I'm not going to say it because I don't want to, you know what I mean? Because if there's only himself and a certain amount who do this, okay, then I don't want to get anybody into trouble. Okay, I'm being honest now, okay, because I do not agree with doing anything like that. But apparently they go out and then they go and pick up these sounds, okay, and then they have to smash them up or at least break them up as much as what they can. The reason being is because somebody else will come along, pick it up and then sell it. Okay, that's as far as I can go. Okay, my delicious babies, okay? And I'm pretty sure, there we are, for even say it, that, one particular sound that I've seen, okay? Just the shape and everything of it, I'm pretty sure that it's somebody, I don't know, say put it on a famous site, shall I say. There we are, would probably fetch rather a lot of ka-ching, 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 okay? But of course, very sadly, he wouldn't let me. He was not nasty or anything, and I've got to say that, my delicious babies. No, I was just having a general conversation, and he was, to do with little, my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday, okay? Because my beautiful little Maisie who can walk herself, yes. But I suppose there's not a lot of what he does, is what I'm saying. Okay, my delicious little babies, and it would only be a matter of time. There we are, that it just come back to his front door. So that's a figure of speech, my delicious babies. But I really wanted to take a little bit of footage on that. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? But no, I just thought it was better, to ask. You know what I mean? Of course, sometimes you ask, and sometimes it's yes, and sometimes you ask, and sometimes it's no. But I'm hoping, there we are, that you're following what I'm saying. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Oh, and a couple of other things I just want to say. So, the pork. I was talking on another one of my videos, okay? The pork, my beautiful little Maisie, my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday, and my beautiful little Barney the Fox, and the beautiful little family and friends. They were super duper happy with the pork. From where I said, my delicious little babies, okay? But it appears, because at the time I also bought beef. Okay? Well, my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday, she would not touch it. My beautiful little Maisie Moo, she would not touch it. And then when I put it out for me beautiful little Barney and his beautiful little brothers, sisters and family, my little foxes, along with their normal, meat that, that I put out, okay, because I run out the Aldi, so, now we're back to the other one. Do you know what I mean? My delicious babies, they're very blessed. My delicious, everybody says that, okay? Who knows, me? Well, and I put the little biscuits out and everything. They did eat it, okay, and even a couple of little pussycats from wherever they came from, they decided to come along as well, okay. They ate it as well, but my little foxes left a number 2 right next to the bowl. My delicious little babies, do you say? So I would say that maybe they're telling me just don't get it again. And I wouldn't mind, but it's not cheap. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And what I did is I used the beef stock. So I did nothing, I wouldn't say different. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just that one was pork and one was beef, but they didn't want it. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you, there's a certain cream that begins with the initial E. You'll know what I'm talking about, my delicious babies, okay? The cream that begins with an initial E. Okay, my delicious babies. I keep forgetting to say it. I tried my beautiful little Rose, my beautiful little Maze. I tried them just to see what they'd do. None of them would touch it. Yet I bought the creams from 2 different places. I put it down. Little Rubes will have it in a cup of tea. She has 2 cups of tea a day, my delicious little babies. And I put some in a little dish for my little Maisie. They'll drink the other 2, but they won't touch that one. My delicious little babies. But like I said, they won't touch that beef either. And that's from a more expensive shop. My delicious little babies, do you say? So what is it that they're smelling or something? I mean, my little Ruby, normally she'll even investigate, go up to, her little dish, because she doesn't have the normal, neither of my babies do. They don't have like these, which I don't know, dog or cat on it. No, they have normal bowls, little Rube's drinks out of a normal cup. Do you say? Nobody could believe it, honestly. Is that we having to do? Is this a joke? Because no, I'm being serious. She has her own cups of tea. And she has a creamy cup of tea as well. Do you see what I mean? She loves a creamy cup of tea. But she would not even go near that beef. And there's nothing wrong with it, because you can obviously smell when something's off, isn't it? It wasn't off at all. There's nothing wrong with it. And then my little beautiful little Maze, she went near and she just... Do you know what I mean? Just didn't want it. As soon as I put something else there for her, I ate it. So I would, for what I've just said, my delicious little babies, okay? You know what I'm talking about anyway. So there we are, my little babies have spotted something. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? They smelt something, you see. But the pork, they had no problem with. Look at that. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Anyway, so until my next video, okay, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life. So true, my delicious little babies, okay? Please try and make the most of it, okay, my delicious little babies? And sending each and every one of you peace, love, harmony and bright blessings, and may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected. So until my next video, so much love, peace, man, peace, okay? So until my next video, take care, God bless, love ya, over and out, goodbye.